I'm Kurt Shimmers. Every day, fortunes are gained and lost in the financial markets. News, trends, and even geopolitical events shape your financial landscape. Join me and my expert guests right now on Traders Nation. Welcome. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Don and I got a jam-packed show. Allison Ostrander, she's back with us again here today. She's Director of Risk Tolerance and Options Trader Specialist at Simpler Trading. We love that group over there and love Allison too. She's going to be with us today. We're going to be talking about Google's withdrawal of support for Huawei phones. That's a Chinese manufacturer. Something sneaky going on over there. We're going to be talking with her about that today. Plus, Don and I, we keep our towers on our list and our payment processors. In a big down market like today, which one's holding up? You're not going to want to miss that. We got stocks, gas, and a whole lot more. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Traders Nation, if you promise not to tune out, we promise not to talk about you while you're gone. Traders Nation.
Traders Nation. Live.
It's on the whole time.
Bringing traders coverage of the markets, solid trading strategies, potential hot stock movers, world-class guests, informative callers, and unsurpassed market chatter for traders to take all the way to the bank.
You guys got some great stuff coming out. I mean, great station.
Stay on top.
This is always changing. It's always fresh. Something new.
Stay tuned in. Traders Nation.
There's always something to look forward to.
Clearly, you can hear the difference. Traders Nation. It's the Traders Nation Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Forbes. You're watching Traders Nation.
Yeah, you are. Thanks for staying with us. So far, so good, Don. Don, I want to let everyone know about Pro Online Trader DVD. Head on over to TradersNation.com today. Click on that More button. You can get a copy of a Pro Online Trader DVD. $29.95 plus shipping and handling. Really inexpensive. This would cost you several $100s elsewhere for sure. You can learn about charts, signals, patterns, support, resistance, moving averages. Don, it just goes on and on and on. Okay?
That's right.
It just goes. And you're going to want to learn all this, like fib retracements. It moves into advanced. But it teaches you in such a way, Don, that it's in simple, plain language, okay? Because we understand that if you're learning to trade, you don't really know all this stuff and all this technology and all this terminology and all this stuff. So this teaches you, okay? It's nice and easy up to advanced. Get a copy today. TradersNation.com. Hey, Don, I want to talk about right out of the gate here today. Towers certainly holding up in this market. I mean, a down market today, bigly, okay? AMT Towers is first on our list. AMT is the phonics, and that's American Tower, currently trading at $203 here today. Big green candle here today, creating a new 52-week high at this point, Don. I mean, Don, look at this. Look at the candle on this thing, man. And this is in a down market, folks. Bring the charts up for everybody. Take a look at that. This is bullish crossover in the money flow, in the MACD. All the indicators are crossing over to the upside. Very bullish going on here today, Don.
Well, earlier this week on AMT and a couple of the other towers, which we're going to get to, there was an announcement that the Sprint T-Mobile deal was more than likely going to be approved, and that hit the stocks pretty good. They got beat up.
Yeah.
And it's almost laughable because if you step back and look at the metrics of the business,
sure,
this business is booming, and 5G's on the horizon. It's being rolled out as we speak.
Yeah.
And there's going to be more and more and more need to transmit data and voice, etc.
Sure.
Into all the major cities, all around the U.S.
Correct.
And so the tower business is going to be growing. The barrier of entry is extremely high.
Yeah.
And these companies are on top of their game. And if you look at American Tower and if you glance at that chart, you'll see that the stock is back up to almost a buck away from its 52-week high. So the stock has performed very well. These are REITs, and they pay a nice dividend. So American Tower seems to be holding up well.
Yeah, totally. So, in fact, on our next stock, we got a dividend coming up, and we'll get that in a second. But you're right, Don. These stocks pay a dividend. They're REITs, man. So it's like they give you a little bit of extra for just coming to the party, showing up and saying, hey, thank you very much. And certainly those dividends are nice. And then absolutely when these stocks are on the move and they continue to make these 52-week highs like these tower companies are doing, that's even better too, certainly, right? So why not? AMT is the ticker symbol on that one. American Tower. Alpha, Mary, Tango is the phonics for that. On the next list is CCI. Shouldn't be a surprise here. Crown Castle International currently trading at $126.78. Don, 312,000 shares exchanging hands on this one here today. Had a rather big down day on the 20th. Like you said, these stocks, these towers took a hit. Certainly CCI is not away from that list. Happened to them also. But nice reversal from that day. Buyers are coming in. They know where these companies are going. And that all that was just a buying opportunity for them, and certainly they're proving that here today. Third degree candle up here today. I want to see this thing break resistance at around $128. It needs to get past that. Currently at $126.78. Don. And Don, by the way, this is the stock here that's got a dividend coming up in next month on the 13th of June. We got $1.12 dividend on CCI since we're on that topic, right, Don?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and by the way, AMT just declared and paid a 95% dividend. So
nice.
It's up a little bit on that strength. But with CCI, it's the same story. 5G being rolled out. This is a domestic U.S. company only. It's unlike AMT, which is worldwide. And by the way, AMT is far the bigger company. But CCI, headquartered in Texas, rolling out 5G as we speak.
Sure.
Along with AMT and SBAC, which we're going to get to. But once again, now this stock got beat up pretty good the other day on what I consider to be ridiculous selling because of the fundamentals in the business. But
sure.
52-week high of 130, and so we've got just a little short way to go to get back to that. But Crown Castle International is another good one to have in your portfolio. And it's another one, as you just mentioned, paying a nice dividend.
Sure. And, Don, you know what? And a lot of people that just know better came in and started buying this stuff up. They absolutely agree with you, Don. Ridiculous selling. And then you had your buyers come in, shored these up, know the fundamentals of these companies, and started buying it up. And certainly they did. Nicely back up here today. One thing that we're going to be talking about, and I hope so with Allison today, Don, is, we got the 5G technology. And that's going to be transporting data, information. So there's huge concerns out there in regards to foreign agents, for instance, like the Chinese and Russians coming in, tapping into those lines and intercepting that data and information, Don. So it's going to be interesting how they're going to be able to secure these lines to keep from foreign actors coming in and getting a hold on troves of data as we move out this 5G. And there is a big concern on that, right, Don?
Well, as the technology moves forward, obviously the cybersecurity companies are looking at this problem.
Sure.
And I'm sure they're working in conjunction with the tower companies to make sure that both the voice and data is secure.
Yeah.
Mostly, of course, the data. But these towers are going to be rolling out, and look, it's just not that the data; it's the voice as well.
Sure.
But I am certain that the cyber companies will make a business out of this one. So that's a great question for our guest today.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? And it's probably one of those quiet spaces also, just like towers, that are attached to this industry. I wonder who we should maybe look in to see who's securing all this information. I'm sure these tower companies probably have their own internal divisions that are working on that also. Next on our list, SBAC, SBA Communications, currently trading at $207.94 here today, Don. 86,000 shares exchanging hands. Not big volume, but pretty much the norms for this stock. All right, SBAC. Yeah. Had a rather big down day, just like CCI and AMT, but nice reversal from that day. Buyers are coming in at this point, also on SBAC, Don.
Yeah, same thing. Florida-based company, real estate investment trust, to repeat myself, pays a nice dividend and growing nicely, and the stock traded as high as 214, and so 207 today on a down day. Markets are down just about $400 right now.
Yeah.
So you can see by just taking a look at the charts on these stocks, these tower stocks, that the buyers, the cash flows are actually coming into the stocks as opposed to abandoning them.
Right.
But the other day we had the hiccup with that announcement by Sprint and T-Mobile that merger will probably be approved.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big deal for those companies, but the tower companies will be left, in my opinion, unaffected. And 5G is going to be where it's at for these companies on a go-forward basis.
Yeah, totally, Don. SBAC, SBA Communications, Sam, Bravo, Alpha, Charlie is the phonics for that one. Don, let's switch gears. Let's go on over to our payment processors. Taking a beating here today, okay? Markets are down bigly. So are our payment processors. Let's start off with our newer tech payment processors, SQ, and that's Square, currently trading at $63.90 here today. Down today, market's down. Support right around that $62.40 range, just like it found the other day, Don. Let's bring the charts up for everyone to take a look at that. Look at the chart on that. So you see the support line. It really needs to hold up there at that point, Don.
Well, Square, look, great technology company. It's a young company. And so here's one that's getting cream today, and it's way off its 52-week high.
Yeah.
And as we come back, we'll have a chance perhaps to get into MasterCard, Visa, and PayPal. All down today, big time.
They totally are. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Coming up next, we got Allison Ostrander. She's going to be with us. We're going to be talking about Chinese, about technology, how we're going to secure that and what it means. Okay, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Traders Nation salutes America. Stay strong, stay proud, and stay in the green with us. Traders Nation live, bold, and packed for profit every weekday morning. Traders Nation live, bold, and packed for profit. Sign up today for our weekly HTML newsletter and check out the Traders Nation store for products to enhance your stock trading day. Traders Nation, what you want, when you want it. Traders Nation.
Hey, Jeff Carlisa here from 38 Special, and we're locking it up right here with Traders Nation.
Welcome back. You are tuning in to Traders Nation. Thanks for staying with us. All right, so Allison is currently long on another interview, so Don and I are going to come back to payment processors. We'll get her back on again at another time. No worries there. So, Don, let's talk about payment processors here today. Certainly, we left off with Square. Was there anything that you wanted to add to that, Don? Or
well, as far as Square is concerned, the stock has been very volatile, as we know. And if you follow the stock, it can go either way. $2 on a given day. Today, it's down $3. And I think there's a lot of hedge funds in here that just hit the sell button on days like today.
Sure.
And so on, I don't know, what is the volume here on Square? We've got about 17 million shares. So, a little bit of volume in the stock, but it's getting hit up pretty good. But look, the markets are down about 400, and I'm not too worried about Square. If anything, the company might be acquired. So
sure.
And they keep introducing and more new technology into these retailers. And among other things, as we've talked about in the past, these stocks, Square especially, and well, all of them, PayPal, they're in a lot of other businesses now. They loan money to merchants. They process these payments. They do a lot of different things. And so on a go-forward basis, this is another business that's simply exploding around the world. So Square's one on our list, and it's been beaten up pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. PayPal's another one. It's currently trading at $110.12 here today, Don. 1.9 million shares exchanging hands. This is a gap down. All right, bring the charts up for this. So, gap down. Same thing here, looking for support around this 50-day moving average. And that's going to be right around the 107.40 area, 107.40 cents, Don. I'm really hoping that it doesn't have to go that far, but we'll see what happens. We'll take a look, keep an eye on PayPal and all these payment processors. PYPL is the ticker symbol for that one. PayPal, Don, your thoughts?
Well, on PayPal, this one's down about $3 today. And this is another company that, like Square, and we're going to get to MasterCard and Visa, these are stocks that are the first to come back when the markets bounce back because they're widely held. A lot of the funds, a lot of mutual funds own the stock. Buyers are coming in from the mutual funds on these stocks. And once again, it's a rapidly growing business on a worldwide basis. All of these companies are worldwide. They're very technology-oriented.
Yeah.
And on a day like today, when the markets are down almost, well, we're down about 420 now.
Yeah.
So the selling is accelerated, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these stocks down even more if the sellers continue to come into these stocks today.
Yeah. So here's the deal. So when we're talking about when you got a big, huge down day like Don's saying, like 400 points plus, day's not over yet, right? Certainly we can see a recovery in today, or it could even worsen. All right. So what we need to do is we need to start looking at support levels and reversals on some of these stocks. These companies aren't going anywhere, okay? Fundamentally, they're growing. PayPal and certainly Square are newer tech companies in the payment processing space. Visa and MasterCard, different, man. They're legacy companies, been around forever, and certainly will continue to be because this is a growth area. Just a big, bad down day today, and it may continue in tomorrow. We don't know. We have to see what tomorrow looks like, right, Don? But nonetheless, the point here, folks, is that you're going to have these down days, right? And you're going to have these sellers in there. So what? So what? Let the sellers get out of the way. All right. Look for those days where it finds support, and then if you're interested, this is where when you start thinking, I'm gonna start coming into these. Once you see a reversal come into play, and certainly that is going to happen on these, but it's not a matter of now. It's probably going to be a matter of tomorrow or the next day, right, Don?
Well, on PayPal and Square, both down pretty good today. Once again, these are the stocks that'll turn the quickest when the markets bounce back. It's not unusual to see these stocks gap up early in the morning when the pre-markets start trading, on a positive day. So on a day like today, sell buttons get hit, profit-taking comes into it, and I can guarantee you that some of the boys on the desk are just laying back, waiting for the sellers, like you say, to get out of the way. And when nobody's looking around 3:30, they'll come in and hit it on the buy button with the nice positions.
Absolutely, and that's what they're looking for. That's where the opportunities are at. When the sellers are all done, the buyers start coming in because the buyers know where opportunity sits. All right, and these are going to turn around. Okay, Visa, next one on our list here today. Visa currently trading at $162.69. 1.4 million shares exchanging hands here today. Let's bring the charts up on this. Legacy companies, a little bit more, been around longer, have more of a foothold, holding up better today than our tech payment processors. Visa's holding up down a little bit, but not as big as the tech guys, okay? Still trading above its 21-day moving average and its 50-day moving average here today. Visa, Victor is the ticker symbol for that one. Don?
This is not unusual for Visa to be down $2. This is another one.
Yeah.
When you get into these stocks that trade in the $150 range, this one trading at $160, $2 is nothing for these stocks.
Yeah.
And like I say, to repeat myself, these are the ones that bounce back the quickest.
Yeah.
So on a day like today, the boys are just sitting there waiting for the sellers to get out of the way.
Sure.
And some buyers will be coming in. The institutions, I can guarantee you, on their desk are looking at these stocks because they hold substantial positions, and they love it sometimes. On a down day, where they can go in when nobody's looking and scoop up the crumbs because they've got plenty of buying power.
Yeah, totally.
On the other hand, what also happens with newcomers into these stocks is on a day like today, people get very nervous and they hit the sell button. Got to have a little staying power with these stocks.
You're totally right. So what Don's saying here is that some traders, swing traders, day traders, they're not interested in fundamentals, right, Don? They're not interested in growth. They're not interested in all that. They're not. The only thing that they look at, Don, is the charts. Is this trade turning against me? Is it rolling over? Are all my indicators crossing to the downside? And if so, I'm out. And that's all. What we're seeing here today, Don, is that people don't want to hold through a very tough day in the markets, and that's what's going on here. So that's fine. That's their trading strategy, and certainly that protects their trading money that they use to trade on it every single day. But it also affords opportunities when it finally settles out and those sellers finally get out of the way. Those buyers come in and they start scooping this stuff up, man. And it's fine. Everybody wins, really, in that kind of a scenario, Don. So there's no doubt about that. Don, one thing that also comes to my mind, so Topic of the day is also securing data. We were going to talk about 5G across the 5G lines of cell phones. Certainly the payment process is no different. Anytime there's money being moved electronically, you've got to secure those lines, Don. And I think it's going to be paramount in the security data information space that those lines are also secure, et cetera, Don.
Well, you're right. I also noticed this morning there's a privacy issue going on in this business as well. As an example, there was a complaint this morning that I read in the newsletter. It happened to be Square, but it could be any of these companies.
Sure.
Where a person went to a restaurant and used Square to pay, and lo and behold, a week later began to get emails from the actual restaurant where the meal was consumed. So that tells me, it tells everybody, obviously, that Square is selling data.
Interesting.
So all these companies are going to be having privacy issues. Now, that has not happened to me yet, but give it some time.
Yeah.
But Square, as an example, has that problem, as all these companies do.
Right. So it makes me think, I bet you that restaurant has an automatic opt-in, Don. Maybe an automatic opt-in for newsletter or communication, stuff like that.
Yes.
They really need to check that because people get really mad when you opt them in without their knowledge. That's a big problem. All right, coming up next on the other side, we'll finish that talk. Welcome back. You are tuning in to Traders Nation. So far, so good. Thanks for staying with us today, that's for sure. All right, Don, we certainly appreciate that. Hey, Don, where can everybody find you at, social media-wise?
Well, you can find me on the usual social hangouts at Twitter, at Facebook, at LinkedIn, over at Gab now. G-A-B is the symbol on that one. Nice. The Gab, it's a competitor of Twitter. That's where, when you get thrown off Twitter, that's where they all run, over to Gab.
Yeah, nice alternative. I kind of like that. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of what's going on over there with Twitter and their extreme bias that we're really seeing out there. Just totally unfair. Yeah, I think Gab's a nice alternative to that. You can find Traders Nation over there and find me over there also. Just signed up yesterday. I think I registered for that. You know what? We got choices, Don, in our lives. And certainly we have to take advantage of those choices. When you're not happy with the ones that you have, Gab is the place to be. Okay? Don, we were talking about security before we ran up against that break. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, what I want to call the viewers and listeners' attention to is, as an example now, our South American company, PAGS, P-H-E-S is a symbol?
Yeah.
Down a dime today.
Okay.
On a market that's down just about 400. So you can see that these financial payers are being scooped up, and it's a strong industry.
All right, you own anything we talked about?
No.
All right, I don't either. These aren't buy-sell recommendations. Thanks for tuning in.